So I've had people ask me how my home lab is set up. So I'm going to try to explain this the best way that I possibly can, and hopefully it makes sense to everyone. Um, but so this is my home lab. This is not my home network. This is just my home lab setup. As you can see, I have 3 Raspberry Pis that is connected to my smart switch, as well as my PLC coming into my smart switch, and I have my personal laptop that is hardwired in to my smart switch. Um, I think I need to change. No, 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 no. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I have my mini PC here that's also connected to the smart switch. And I have my two virtual machines on my mini PC here, my Windows 10 and then my Windows 11 machine that's being hosted onto my mini PC. I need to add that. There's another one. I have it's also running a server on this as well on my mini PC. I'm also running a server on there, and on one of these Raspberry Pi, what does it say? This middle Raspberry Pi. Um, this is running a server for my NAN agent. Um, so I'm running a server for my NAN AI agent on this one, and this is just hosting a server for Can I put this? So I'm able to see like my status of my network. Like wherever I'm at, wherever I am, I'm able to see a status of my network. All right, so this is I guess my mini PC hosts my server that gives me access to like my file system, glances. So you can see all my how my system is actually running. So I get a GUI, so I'm able to see everything running. My cockpit, my NA agent, pothole security reports. I got Portainer running. So I set up this website. It's a server. You can tell I call it Red Tip Server Agent. So let me go back over here. So my mini PC also hosts a server also, so I can see everything and maybe to centralize and access everything either from my phone or remotely. My mini PC, it actually hosts the N8N agent. That is so hard to pronounce. Um, Locally, so I'm able to run my AI agent and uh little small large language model, very small on my Raspberry Pi here. Not much, but it's mostly just for the N8N agent. But I also have my dumb router here. This is where my NAS is stored or connected to, which is essentially connected to my smart switch. Now, on a different note, I do have like so everything is basically connected to each other in a sense, but it's not. I do have things segmented out. So like I said, this is just my home lab setup. It is not connected to my home network. It is completely separated from my home network through a VLAN, of course. So it's VLAN on that. So I have my ISP modem router, which gives, say my home network, like a what you call it, 192.168 IP addresses. That's different. But then I also have part of my home network isolated on a different router, that's essentially it's on a mesh router. It's on a mesh router. So it's on a mesh router where it gives everything a 10.0 IP address. That's where everything is segmented at right there on that level or VLAN. So I have my home network and then I have my home lab. Now on my home lab, everything is still VLAN. So my Raspberry Pis and my PLC, those are VLAN. These right here are segmented from my mini PC and my Windows 10 and Windows 11 machines. They are all separate. They're all separate. So my Raspberry Pis are able to talk to my virtual machines and my PLC. The Raspberry Pis, the PLC, and the virtual machines are able to talk to each other on their own network. The mini PC and the personal laptop and the NAS are able to communicate with each other on their own network. Okay. Now, if I want to connect everything together, if I want to connect everything together where everything is talking to each other together, then I turn on Tailscale. Tailscale gives each my devices a different IP address of like 100.101, something like that, whatever. So I'm able to communicate and I can just easily just turn it on and off through the phone app. If I want all the devices to communicate with each other, or if I want a particular device to be, I usually use that when I'm sending files through different devices very easily. I can just turn on Tailscale and I can just easily SSH into it and just send the file real quickly. But other than that, everything is pretty much separated. So when I try to run like a payload or a test or anything like that, it's not going to come back to my personal laptop or my mini PC or my home network. You know, they're not going to be affected. It's going to go and affect the centralized environments, the controlled environments. So I hope that explained it. I probably could have worded it a little bit differently, but I'm learning. I'm learning. Of course, this is me getting into cybersecurity and networking, so I'm learning. And this is my home lab setup that I created. So if you want to see how my red team versus blue team is set up, hey, comment either red or blue into the comments. I'll make a video about that. Make sure you give me a follow too.